Good evening and welcome to this year's virtual Signature Chefs Auction to support the March of Dimes right here in Southeast Michigan. My name's Guy Gordon and I'm honored to join you as MC at tonight's event to enjoy each other's company in a virtual setting and to raise important funds in support of the March of Dimes. The way we're coming together has changed, but our dedication to fighting for all moms and babies is as strong as ever. The United States faces an urgent maternal and child health crisis that has only intensified with the COVID-19 pandemic. Every 12 hours, a woman dies due to complications resulting from pregnancy, and 2 babies die each day. These numbers are disproportionately higher for moms and babies of color. You know, the March of Dimes works in communities across the country to reduce the rising rates of preterm birth as well as maternal and infant mortality and morbidity. They support families before, during, and after pregnancy to ensure all moms and babies get the best possible start. We're here tonight to make an impact for all families and to do what we need through your participation in our program. To make sure to chat with us using the comments section below. And we want to hear from you. So let's start by saying hello and then sharing your connection to the March of Dimes. Our mission is more urgent than ever. This pandemic has affected the March of Dimes organization just as it has so many others. We need your help now. So please visit signaturechefs.org/Detroit or click on the link in the comments section to learn more about how you can support this dynamic organization today, now. And we hope that you've had a chance to visit our online auction and place your bids. It's all for a great cause, so make sure to bid high, bid often, and we'll highlight a few of our most coveted packages a little bit later on in the program. And the link to our online auction can be found on the website, again, or in the comments section below. Trust me, you're going to want to check out these terrific items. This website is also where you'll be able to make a meaningful donation to March of Dimes. So please be sure to check that out. And I know I can't wait to get my bid in for the freighter trip. That's right, we are auctioning off a trip on a freighter. More to come on that a little bit later. And remember, all bidding will close tonight at 9 p.m., so there is no time to waste here. And before we go any further, I want to pause for a moment and introduce you to the chairman of the board for March of Dimes in Southeast Michigan, Ron Kettlehut. Ron has been a longtime supporter of the March of Dimes, and with his job at Ford Motor Company as the Director of Global Manufacturing Strategy and Advanced Planning, he knows just how much COVID has impacted our community. Please welcome Ron Kettlehut.
Thank you, Guy, and welcome everyone to this evening's virtual Signature Chefs auction that will raise funds and awareness for the March of Dimes. My name is Ron Kettlehut, and I am the chairman of the board for March of Dimes in Southeast Michigan. I've been involved with the March of Dimes for nearly 15 years. I originally became involved because of my family connection to the mission and increased my involvement because of my belief in the research, education programs, and services this organization works to deliver every day. Tonight is all about the March of Dimes, healthy moms and strong babies. During these changing times, we've continued to work hard to find new ways of supporting the mission, and tonight's virtual event is one that the team has done a great job putting together. The stark reality is that in the U.S. is among the most dangerous developed nations for childbirth, and that's during the best of times. In the midst of this unprecedented global pandemic, the March of Dimes continues to be focused on the health of all families. This year has been unlike any other we've seen, but your continued support has not gone unnoticed. Families need us. The March of Dimes community has stepped up to be there for them throughout this crisis. I'd like to recognize my fellow board members for dedicating their time, talent, and for investing in the mission. Let's give them a virtual round of applause. I'd also like to acknowledge the amazing support of our sponsors. Special thanks to our presenting sponsor, Deloitte. Their commitment to the March of Dimes mission is greatly appreciated. I'd also like to thank our other sponsor who helped make this evening a success. Thank you to our purple sponsor, the Detroit Medical Center. Thank you to our gold sponsors, Arbor Investment Management, Level One Bank, Henry Ford Health Systems, Edward Jones, Alicia McGovern, Belleville. Thank you to our silver sponsors, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan, McLaren Port Huron, Dixon Wright, Bank of Ann Arbor. Thank you to our bronze sponsors, O&W, Jones Day, and Bodman. We couldn't make the impact on the lives of all moms and babies without the support of our sponsors. So once again, thank you, and I hope you all watching at home enjoy the rest of tonight's program.
Thank you, Ron. You've helped make this a spectacular event, as have our corporate partners who are committed to fighting for the health of all moms and all babies. Thank you all so very much. Now, if you have ever attended the Signature Chefs Auction in the past, then you know that it is an event full of the best tastes and smells of Southeast Michigan. I wish we could somehow upload that to you. Usually we have the opportunity to stroll around listening to great live music, sip a delicious glass of wine, bid on some amazing auction packages, and taste delicious food from some of the best restaurants in town. And I know I miss those days, and I cannot wait until we can all be together again in person. In the meantime, we are doing the best we can, so we encourage you to grab a glass of wine and join us as we support the March of Dimes during these uncertain times. Now, as we all know, the restaurant industry has been among the hardest hit during this pandemic. The places that we have gone to celebrate milestones, enjoying time with friends and loved ones, and sometimes just to get away from the rush of everyday life, have been hurting big time over the past few months. The restaurant owners, chefs, and servers who we count on to be there for us, they need us right now. That is why this year the March of Dimes worked with all of our same friends and have a few new ones to develop what we're calling a culinary passport. So what is a culinary passport and how do you get one? This passport is essentially a guide to some of the best dining in Southeast Michigan. You can purchase a passport by visiting signaturechefs.org/Detroit. Then make your plans to visit these great restaurants, place a carry-out order, or dine in when possible. And as a thank you for your support, those participating venues will give each passport holder one of the following: a signature appetizer, dessert, or cocktail through dining in or carrying out, or a discount off your bill. We have 18 participating restaurants all over Southeast Michigan. You will be dining for a good cause for months. So take a look. We've got a great video now for you of one half of our participating restaurants, and stay tuned. We'll have the other half coming up in just a bit.
Hello everyone, my name is John Vermiglio and I am the chef and owner of Grey Ghost Detroit. Grey Ghost Detroit is a 4-year-old restaurant here in the Brush Park neighborhood, located just down the street from the Arts and Entertainment District here in Detroit. We are a Midwestern restaurant that is really focused on seasonality, farm-to-table situation, but we have a really large international influence on our menu, and our food is a very playful approach to many different cuisines. So it really creates this broad spectrum of food, but all centered around quality and hospitality and phenomenal food and beverage. I guess our signature dish, as everyone always inquires about, is fried bologna. So not necessarily our expected one, but it's basically a house-made bologna that we slice thin, fry on the flat top, and then it gets put on top of a potato cheddar waffle, cream cheese fondue, jalapeno pickles, and jam. The March of Dimes is an organization that I've supported since day one of the restaurant here in Detroit, and it's an organization that's really near and dear to me. I have 2 nieces that are both premature. Both of them served time in the NICU and had a really long, challenging fight, but were coming out successful, and large in part to the efforts and the work of the March of Dimes. So it's a really easy organization for me to throw my support behind and truly believe in what they're doing and want to continue and do every little part that I can. This year, Grey Ghost is donating a dinner for 4 here at the restaurant, going to be personally prepared by yours truly. We'll have beverage pairings from my partner and our beverage director, Mr. Will Lee, and it should be a phenomenal, gluttonous day of food, drink, and hospitality.
You see, I wasn't kidding. What a great lineup of restaurants. And be sure to stay tuned to see the other half that we'll be featuring in just a few minutes. But before we do that, I want to remind everyone that you can purchase a passport, bid on any of our auction packages, or simply make a donation by visiting signaturechefs.org/Detroit. Now, I want to jump over to my friend Therese Antonelli. She's the owner and broker for Moving the Mitten Real Estate Group. Therese has been a friend to the March of Dimes for a few years now and has graciously agreed to help us this evening by highlighting some of the great auction packages that we have this year. Therese, thanks for being with us tonight. What can you tell us about this year's auction? How can people bid? And what are the hottest items so far?
Thanks, Guy. This is the opportunity at the greatest voyage ever, a cruise on a freighter. I know it sounds crazy, but people have been winning this trip for years and have returned home from the water saying that it was the most amazing experience. And all-inclusive, first-class accommodations for up to 6 guests. That's a private stateroom with a private chef. Everything you need is right there on that freighter. These trips leave out of either St. Clair or Detroit, and it will take you all around Michigan's waters, giving you some of the most breathtaking views in all of the country. Don't forget to bring your camera on this trip. This experience is one of our hottest ticket items over the years, with a starting bid of only $500. Don't forget to log on to signaturechefs.org/Detroit as the bidding has started. Okay. We're calling on all moms for this great experience. Have you had the kids for the past 8.5 months straight? Then this package is for you. Francois Salon and Spa in downtown Ann Arbor is offering up that day of bliss that we all really, really want and really, really need right now. 75-minute deep tissue massage with a Budapest organic facial, signature pedicure, and then your choice between a Moroccan or a gel manicure. Bidding for this day of relaxation and pampering starts out at $75. Don't forget, jump on signaturechefs.org/Detroit to start bidding. If you've never been to Grey Ghost in downtown Detroit, number 1, what have you been waiting for? And number 2, now is your chance. This package is always one of our most popular year after year, so don't delay on getting your bids in. Chef John Vermiglio offers a private chef's tasting dinner for 4 people at Grey Ghost, along with beverage pairings for each course, curated by the in-house beverage director. Chef John has won year after year as our top chef in our Metro Detroit's event. This culinary masterpiece is starting out at $500. Don't forget to log on to signaturechefs.org/Detroit to start bidding.
Thanks, Therese. Those packages are great, and we hope you will check out our auction. Remember, it closes tonight at 9 p.m., so bid often, bid generously, and remember, this is all for the babies. Now, the critical work that March of Dimes has been able to deliver during COVID-19 is vital to making a difference for all families across the country, and especially here in Southeast Michigan. We're at the point that defines why we're all here tonight. Our sponsors and volunteers have all come together to support March of Dimes, and here's your chance to be part of that movement. It's my pleasure to introduce a very special family. They represent the hundreds of thousands of families who know firsthand the importance of March of Dimes work. Let's hear from Tasia Washington.
This is Austin Wright Washington. He came very early at 22 weeks. Say, I was ready to come to the world. His due date was May 26, 2020. So he came nearly 5 months before his due date. The day I went into labor, I worked at an 8-hour shift. So I worked at a caregiver agency where I would lift people, drive them to doctor's appointments. I worked with people that had TBIs, which are brain injuries. So I was literally busy the entire day. I didn't know that I was actually in labor. That night, I was being rushed to Henry Ford Hospital in West Bloomfield, where when I got there, the nurse had told me that I was 10 centimeters dilated and that Austin was coming that night. You could hear a pin drop in the room. We had just started praying. At birth, he was 1 pound, 5 ounces, 12 inches.
I took care of him from the very beginning until right before he went home. A lot of us took care of him because he was just one of the tiny ones.
One nurse that sticks out so much for me is Nurse Sharon. She was with me for everything. My parents were able to go to the hospital with me in the beginning, but once COVID hit, she was like the mom for me that I didn't have.
It was very scary with Austin. You know, he went through a lot. He's so small. To go through everything that one of those little guys does in such a short period of time, she was amazing. You know, she stayed with him and prayed for him and sang to him and was just there.
I'm 21 years old, having this baby so early in my life. It was such a struggle that I couldn't have my mom there with me. So having Nurse Sharon there, she just supported me so well.
We got to the point where I could tell, okay, he's getting to be a bigger guy and we need to start doing things for him. I was like, okay, so now we need to turn you into mom and baby. And so that's when we kind of hit this transition of her and I really bonding. I was like, we need to make you guys a home unit.
I'm so thankful for the March of Dimes because the research that they put in place helped Austin get to where he was. If it wasn't for the March of Dimes Foundation, we wouldn't have 22-week babies be able to be viable. They nursed him to what he is now. Starting at 1 pound now, he's 20, they're a blessing.
I don't think we could do our jobs without the March of Dimes. You know, some of the different studies they've done, Cervanta, when we think about Cervanta and how absolutely that has changed morbidity and mortality rates in premature babies is just phenomenal.
The awareness that you guys put out will really help someone when it comes time for support. You're not by yourself going through this. There are other people that you can talk to that can give you more information and to know that babies do make it. They're able to survive.
Little Austin is such a fighter, and he and his mom have been working so hard to help raise funds for the March of Dimes for the last couple of months because they want their voices to be heard and their story to be told. So now it's time for you to make the Washington family's wish a reality. All of you joining us virtually tonight, you've got the chance to support Austin, support the March of Dimes, support families like the Washington family at a variety of levels. With your help, March of Dimes can and will create a world in which every baby has an opportunity and every family has the best possible start. Simply visit signaturechefs.org/Detroit or click on the link in the comments section and make a donation as we go through our program. Donations are critical to the work of March of Dimes, and if you've ever wondered what your donations fund, listen up, because this is where the dollars go. March of Dimes has 6 prematurity research centers full of brilliant minds from a range of disciplines, all looking for answers and sharing discoveries to transform our understanding of preterm birth, including causes and preventions. March of Dimes has 70 hospital partners across the U.S. with NICU family support programs. That means that the families who are in their NICUs have a March of Dimes staff partner beside them dedicated to helping that family in every possible way. Throughout this pandemic, the March of Dimes has been on the front lines supporting healthcare providers with hand sanitizer, PPE, and nourishment. There are many things that have been paused this year, but one thing that cannot be paused is pregnancy. This pandemic has been so hard on so many families in so many ways, but probably none harder than those families whose little ones are in the NICU. Now imagine having your newborn in the NICU and only one parent at a time being able to visit. Just one parent per day. That means that mom and dad have to decide who gets to go and sit at the side of that isolette each day. That leaves mom or dad alone for the day. And let me tell you, it is heartbreaking to me, and I cannot imagine my wife being alone with our baby in the hospital, being scared for what might happen next and not being able to be there, to be supportive, to hold their hand. That is what families have been faced with all summer long. So what did the March of Dimes here in Southeast Michigan do? They stepped up to the plate and worked with Lenovo to purchase tablets for every baby in the NICU at St. Joseph Mercy Pontiac so that families can communicate with each other and have resources from the March of Dimes right there at their fingertips. This program called Caring Connections, and it is one that we hope eases the burden, even if it's only a little bit. Thank you to the Bibas family for your generous support of $5,000 to get this program off the ground, and thanks to the Caitlin family for your generosity to this program as well. You too can help right now by visiting signaturechefs.org/Detroit and making a donation today, now. Thank you for all of your generosity this evening. And special thanks to the Dutt family for committing $5,000 to our Fund the Mission program. Thank you to the Clayton and Hawk family for already committing a Fund the Mission gift of $1,800 each. The March of Dimes has been busy pivoting their work now to the virtual world, just like everybody else this year, to support families where they are during this time, as have the nurses and the doctors all over the world and right here in Southeast Michigan. Now, please allow me to introduce our next speaker this evening, Dr. Wilkerson Uddebeck.
At the Detroit Medical Center, we have a long legacy of providing top-notch, world-class health care to women who are pregnant. It aligns with the 80 years that the March of Dimes have been doing the work that they do. We value the partnership tremendously. The March of Dimes has a mission currently of ending premature birth. It is something that is devastating. It has no limitation in terms of race, age, sex, or any of that. It impacts everybody.
So the March of Dimes is an incredible partner for the Children's Hospital of Michigan. We both want the same thing. We want kids and babies in our community to live healthy, happy lives. So we partner with the March of Dimes to really move that forward in ways that are demonstrated through caring for our kids inside the hospital and outside the hospital. We want our patients to be healthy when they leave our doors and live really full lives well into adulthood. And that's where the March of Dimes picks up for us.
The research that is now underway through dollars supported by the March of Dimes has led already to some groundbreaking medical research. The neonatal intensive care unit here at Hutzel Hospital has a long history of taking care of some of the smallest babies with a very high success rate. We get infants transferred here from all across the state and across the Metro Detroit area because of the expertise that our neonatologists provide.
One thing that didn't change during the pandemic is the complex critical care that we needed to provide here in the NICU to all of our babies and their families. Babies were still born prematurely during the pandemic. That wasn't a change for us, and our nurses and staff needed to get here and be here and safely provide care for these babies.
This year, I'm very proud that the March of Dimes decided to have an award to honor a healthcare hero that really went above and beyond the call of duty to support a family in need during our COVID-19 pandemic. We had nominations from all across Metro Detroit and from all of the major health systems. Our healthcare hero is Donna, who really stood out.
We looked at a lot of the hospitals and all the healthcare systems across Southeast Michigan, and your story and your commitment and your love for the families and your support of the hospital, that's why you won this award this year. So congratulations, keep doing the great job you're doing.
Not only did she go above and beyond to support a family that wanted to celebrate a specific religious holiday with their infant who was in our neonatal intensive care unit, if you talk to any of her coworkers, they go on and on about how she is that person who always goes above and beyond. She does the things when nobody is looking that go the extra mile to take care of our families.
She is a giving, caring nurse that shows up every single day with her patient's interest at heart. She is the epitome of primary nursing care. She takes care of not only the baby, but the entire family, and she really gets to know her patients and goes above and beyond just, I come to work and I go home. She really takes her care to heart.
It felt amazing when I found out that I won this award. I was not expecting it. For everyone to kind of realize and recognize that I love what I do so much and it just shows is really great, and I'm thankful for it. Without the March of Dimes, I don't really know what my job would be like. I really can't imagine babies that are born premature not having such a wonderful organization behind them, supporting them and their families. I don't think that we could exist without them, so I'm really fortunate for them. COVID has truly impacted us here in the NICU. We unfortunately had to limit our visitation due to our high-risk population, so instead of having 2 family members at the bedside, we were only allowed to have 1 at a time. So as you can imagine, your baby is sick and in the hospital and you don't have a support person, so we really were able to just kind of fill in that duty even more than we do. So we're their sounding board, their shoulder to cry on. It was hard for these parents, and I am glad that we were able to just be here for them, to be able to support them through this time.
I really want to take the time to congratulate Donna Dushai as this year's March of Dimes Healthcare Hero. We are extremely proud and blessed that she chooses to work at the Children's Hospital of Michigan.
Congratulations once again to Nurse Donna Dushai from Children's Hospital of Michigan for being this year's Healthcare Hero Award winner. The March of Dimes will be providing lunch to you and all of your co-workers at the NICU as just a small token of our appreciation for all that you do every day. And thank you again to all of our Healthcare Hero Award nominees. Dr. Amy Martin, Director of Neonatology Pediatrics at St. Joseph Mercy Hospital in Pontiac. Dr. Alex Peel, OBGYN and Clinical Lecturer at the University of Michigan. And Ashley Hagerman, Nurse Manager at Harris Women's Center at Huron Valley Sinai Hospital. I know the families that each of these women work with every day appreciate them so very much, and so do all of us. That's why they were nominated, and we thank you. Now, before I jump back to Teresa at Moving the Mitten to talk about some more auction packages, I wanted to share a couple more things the March of Dimes is doing with your generosity this evening to make it a clearer picture and maybe motivate you a little more. Last year, they launched the My NICU Baby app, and it provides free, easy-to-use information for all NICU families. This app is getting a facelift, so be sure to check it out again soon. And remember, this is not just for families faced with a NICU journey. It is a great tool for any family with a newborn baby. Or check out their Share Your Story website and Facebook mentoring program. They are bringing together families impacted by the biggest health threats to mom and baby. That's right, they will pair up NICU graduate parents with families in the NICU currently to offer support and mentorship all through Facebook. These free programs offer parents the opportunities to connect in new and innovative ways, all because of the dollars you are helping raise this evening. We've had such amazing support so far, but we're not finished yet. In fact, we actually have a donor who has offered to make a donation of $3,500 right now if we can have that gift matched at the $100 level. So this is it, folks. Are there 35 of you out there who can give tonight right at the $100 level? Get us to that goal. If yes, then take this opportunity now to visit signatureschefs.org/Detroit and make that donation. Get us to that level. I'm confident we'll be able to make that happen with your help right now tonight. A huge thank you to the McCain family for making that donation and making this match possible. It's all up to you now. Okay, let's take a check on where our auction is now and how it's looking. Let's check back with Therese.
If you are looking for the real deal, then Ann Arbor's Pacific Rim Party of Six experience is just for you. Real, authentic Pan-Asian cuisine. Your taste buds will explode when you experience what head chef Duck Tang has to offer you. This 4-course meal for you and 5 guests will be delivered right to your home. Bidding on this amazing dinner party will start off at $250. Don't forget to visit signaturechefs.org/Detroit. Everybody knows the name Shinola here in Metro Detroit. It's a name that everybody recognizes, and that's because it was founded right here in the Motor City back in 2011. This gorgeous women's watch, featuring both silver and gold-toned stainless steel, is the perfect accessory for anything from a day at work to a night out with the girls. And gentlemen, don't forget, the holidays are coming. It would make an excellent gift for that perfect lady in your life. This Shinola timepiece is starting out at a starting bid of $300. Don't forget, signaturechefs.org/Detroit, as bidding has already started. There's just something about getting together in a parking lot and grilling up some great tailgate food. Just because we can't do that right now doesn't mean we still can't cheer on our favorite teams from home, right? Instead of tailgating, think home gating. This package will get you started. It comes with a Miller Lite cornhole set, 2 Coors Light camping chairs, a giant Jenga, and a paddle game by Leinenkugel. Bidding for this great package starts off at $50. Don't forget to log on to signaturechefs.org/Detroit.
All right, thanks, Teresa. Looks like the bidding is really getting heated up over there on the online auction page. Be sure to check it out. Let's start a bidding war, shall we? Remember, you can find everything at signaturechefs.org/Detroit. Now I want to take a moment before we move on to share some important and really startling statistics. Did you know that every 12 hours a woman dies due to complications resulting from pregnancy here in 2020? Or that women of color are up to 50% more likely to give birth preterm, and their children can face a 130% higher infant death rate. We need to change that, and we need your help to do it. Your donation of $300 can shower a military mom with essential baby items, celebrate and educate her and her family. Your donation of $500 can help 5 families feel at ease in the NICU with the support and education programs we provide. $1,000 can provide moms-to-be access to our supportive pregnancy care program, where they receive prenatal care, support, and education throughout their pregnancy. Or your generous donation of $2,500 can help 10 women access quality prenatal care. March of Dimes will continue to level the playing field so that all moms and babies are healthy and strong. Every gift matters and makes such a difference for families. More than 20% of premature babies are born to Black women. That's 1 in 5 babies. Black women are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women. So let's change those statistics. It's after 7:30 now, and we are more than halfway through our program. I don't know about you, but I'm beginning to think about dessert. Let's take a moment and see who the rest of the restaurants are that are participating in our Culinary Passport program this year. Take a look.
My name is Cesar Ramos. I'm the executive chef of Rucker Steakhouse in Ann Arbor, Michigan. What makes it special is, it's just the history behind the restaurant and make dishes from scratch. Everything is made from scratch. Everything is fresh made. You gotta make it fresh from scratch daily, and can be there. The chicken got popular, very famous until now. They still kind of ordering the chicken and the lamb chops. Make us feel good to ourselves when we kind of help, especially moms and babies in local hospitals that need the help up there. We got to be there for them, and especially in these difficult times right now. This message is from Rucker Steakhouse team, everyone up there, and we would like you to come out and visit Rucker Steakhouse in Ann Arbor, Michigan, and support the March of Dimes and help our local hospitals and moms and babies up there. And that's a great cause. Come out and help out and feel good to yourself.
My name is Mario Spagnolo. I'm the owner and operator of Sopranos Catering. Here at Sopranos Catering, we've been open for 20 years now, and we pride ourselves in making homemade food with only the freshest products, using Michigan products whenever possible. We cater many types of events, from corporate to weddings to backyard barbecues and graduation parties. One of the main reasons we like supporting March of Dimes is we had an issue when our child was born, and we like the way the March of Dimes helps people that need to take advantage of certain programs that they offer. They really help the mothers and the children that are in need, and they helped us greatly when we were in time of our need. So the prize we are offering this year is a dinner for 15 people. This meal includes food for 15 to be served at your home, Sopranos' famous homemade rolls and butter, salad and dressing, a chicken entree, our fresh pasta, and a potato. Your guests will love it.
Okay, now I am officially hungry. I hope you are too. And thank you to each and every restaurant for participating. And we hope that you will support them by purchasing a culinary passport for $100 by visiting, you know it well, signaturechefs.org/Detroit, and you get a great reward by supporting them. We're working toward a world where every mom and baby is healthy, regardless of wealth, race, or geography. So thank you, everyone, for your generosity. It is simply incredible, and your gifts are critical to the ongoing success of March of Dimes. I want to introduce you to one really phenomenal family who was faced with some really tough decisions and circumstances this summer. Please meet the Wolf family.
The babies were supposed to be born on August 14th, 2020. They were born at 32 weeks and 4 days.
We knew that twins normally come early, but we were just expecting maybe 2 or 3 weeks early, not, full 8 weeks early at 32 weeks.
I remember the day before they were born, waking up and just not feeling myself. I've had a lot of Braxton Hicks contractions since week 16 because of the twins. I went to the bathroom, laid back down, and they were worse. And I was like, it can't be happening. I'm only 32 weeks pregnant. It's not happening. I started timing them, and they were 2 minutes apart. I went into the room and told Chris, I said, I think I'm in labor. We called the on-call doctor, and they told us that we needed to go to the emergency room to get checked out. It was just one of those crazy things in life that you don't think it's going to happen to you. So I remember the nurse saying, okay, I'm going to check you, see how far along you are. And I was 6 centimeters dilated. There's no going back once you hit that stage. They took us back to the operating room and got me all ready to have my epidural, and it did not work. So then from there, they told me that I had to be put under general anesthesia for the babies.
Eliana was born at 3 pounds, 6 ounces, and she was 17 inches long. And then Jax, he was born second at 338, and he was 4 pounds right on the button, and he was also 17 inches long. After the babies were transported to Children's Hospital, she had a C-section, so she had to stay at the hospital to recover herself. So I made the trip to Children's as soon as the second Panda team left with Jax. So I asked, where the Wolf twins are, and she said, oh, go down to room 16. So I went to room 16, and Eliana was in there, but not Jax. And the doctor had came in and talked to me, and she said that they did a couple of chest x-rays, and his lungs, weren't even apparent on the x-rays. They were just filled with fluid. So she said that his body is kind of going back into he was back in the womb. His lungs were shutting down, and he was wanting someone else to breathe for him. The doctor pretty much told me, she said, we're at the maximum amount of life support. If he gets any worse than this, he might not make it through the night, unless he takes a turn for the better. She said, you should call your wife and get her here, because we want her to see him alive. And she was able to get out of the hospital 22 hours after her surgery. I remember that, his blood pressure, there was a certain goal we were trying to, if he stays at this number, he's good, He wasn't hitting this number until literally I looked out the window and she pulled in the driveway, the little U driveway out front there, and his number shot right up to 45 as soon as she pulled in. I was like, whew.
He knew Mom was there.
Eliana was 30 days and Jax was 64 days at the Children's Hospital.
There wasn't a day that we weren't scared that our babies weren't going to come home.
We had to take kind of like these medical classes given by the nurses to figure out how to work the oxygen and how to manage it, and then how to put in an NG tube through your baby's nose. It doesn't just stay there. They kind of give you your best hand to go home with.
Because he was born so early, he doesn't get the suck, swallow, and breathe down. He's able to drink a little bit out of a bottle, but mainly he gets most of his feeds from his NG tube as well. But he's learning. He's getting better.
A lot of people reach out to us when we were going through this, and I hope that, a lot more people are as generous with the March of Dimes.
I just want people to know that this can happen to anybody, and the resources that they have, they can't do it without help. They have to have people willing to donate and people to spread the word.
Babies are really resilient. They don't know what to do except to fight for their life, and that's what they're going to do, and that's what the nurses are going to do for your baby, is they're going to fight to give them the best opportunity that they have.
What a tremendous story. These families, as you can see, they have been through so much, and yet they're still finding the time and energy to join us tonight and give back to the March of Dimes. And I hope that you will consider supporting them. Let's keep this generosity flowing and going. Please enter your donations right now. Help the March of Dimes lead this fight for all families, like the Wolves, like the Washingtons. And make sure that you purchase that culinary passport or bid on an item in our online auction or make a direct donation right now to our Fund the Mission program, all on our website, signaturechefs.org/Detroit. It is hard and it's heartbreaking to believe that more than 23,000 babies won't make it to their first birthday. 380,000 babies will be born preterm in the U.S. this year. These are families that need our support. We want to give a special thank you to the McKelvey family, the Learman family, Parmalee family, Dr. and Mr. Gagliard, Dr. and Mrs. Vanderven, Dr. and Mrs. Baer, and Dr. and Mrs. Weinberg for their generous support of our mission this evening, each donating at that $1,000 level. And now is your chance. If you would like to donate at that $1,000 mark, please do so, and please be sure to chat in to our March of Dimes staff standing by. Let them know that you're eager to give. Before I sign off, I want to check in one last time with my friend Therese from Moving the Mitten and see how that auction page is going. Therese?
Thanks, Guy. Talking about this one just makes me so hungry. Sopranos Detroit is offering up a feast for 15. Chicken, pasta, salad, rolls, all the fixings you need for an amazing meal. Call up your friends and leave the cooking to Sopranos. You will not be disappointed. Bidding for this great item starts at $250, and you can go to signaturechefs.org/Detroit to start bidding now. We've got more Shinola for you. Check out this beautiful bag. I think I might actually keep this one for myself. Bourbon in color, and it's a Detroit's women's satchel. It would make the perfect carry-on for that next trip that you are planning. It features plenty of room for all of your personal items, 3 inside zippers, and it not only looks but feels amazing. Take this with you to work. Take it out for a night on the town. It is truly universal and gorgeous. Starting bid is $100. You can jump on to signaturechefs.org/Detroit. Well, I'm not musically inclined, obviously, but maybe you or someone you love is. This Ovation Elite electric acoustic guitar would make a great Christmas gift, holiday gift, whatever type of gift for your loved ones. It is beautiful, maple finished, 6-string, right-handed. Go on to signaturechefs.org/Detroit to start opening bids at $100.
Thank you, Therese. Okay, I got to run because I need to bid on some of those auction items. But before I go, we have a very important thing to do. We got to thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you from the bottom of our hearts for coming together in this virtual way at this extraordinary time when moms and babies need us the most. We are so grateful for and humbled by your generosity. Tonight, you rallied to support March of Dimes' work to fund research, education, advocacy, and programs to improve the health of all moms and all babies. Remember, our auction closes at 9 p.m. tonight, so get those bids in and be sure to purchase a culinary passport. It gives great dividends to you and your family. It would make a great gift. Thank you for being part of this event and for supporting March of Dimes. Tonight, we collectively raised over $100,000 for moms and babies everywhere. Thank you and good night.